That's
Welcome
Fred.
to Greenwood Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Kisha, your fierce brand creator here, and I am popping out to help another small business. And today I have my trusty co-worker, Taffie. Say hi, Taffie.
Hi, everybody.
And we're going to do some work. So let's see where we're popping out to today. So, I am at Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing, which is a Black-owned art gallery and framing gallery in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So, I have popped out for the day to assist with the owner, Fred Robinson, and a good friend of the Fierce brand, Chantel Backus, for their Mindful Mondays podcast and event. So for their Mindful Mondays, they have it on a Monday at the art gallery, and they showcase speakers for different topics that they want to talk about. So today they have speakers here. They have a podcast. So they talk about some very important things in the community, professional development, and things of that sort. So I'm going to give you a tour of the Greenwood Park Gallery. And what I'm doing today is some things in the office, and I also did a little technical thing. And here's Fred. Hi, Fred.
Hello.
That's
Welcome
Fred.
to Greenwood Park.
Yes.
So yes, indeed.
You'll hear more from Fred and Chantel in this video. They are busy getting prepared and getting ready. So let's take a look at the gallery here. So they have some very phenomenal pieces in this gallery. It is 2 floors. It is located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and it is very fierce, if you ask me. I'm trying to be quiet right now because the portion of the event with the speakers has started. Well, this is just the back of the gallery. And Fred does a lot of different things here with local artists, community, things of that sort. And even though I hear he's very humble and he doesn't like to kind of celebrate himself, Fred has been nominated recently for some very dope awards in the city by the Milwaukee Bucks and things of that sort. So we want to give Fred his flowers for that awesome accomplishment and success for this wonderful. Down there at the end is where the speakers have started. This is just another room for the gallery. Again, here at Greenwood Park, they do framing. So if you have a piece of art that you want framed, and you want to support a Black-owned business, this is definitely where you can come. And I don't have my mic on today, but that's okay. I will later.
Doctor is a anthropologist from London and received his Bachelor of Science degree from Marquette University. He completed his internship and family practice residency in the
I have to be quiet over here because they are recording.
Partnership, which is wonderful. They're here to join us with a partnership as well today between himself and his patients and the community in which they live.
So we have Taffie here working. Say hi, Taffie. Even though I'm trying not to.
Hi.
We're doing some sensitive stuff, so I'm trying not to get that in the the video. But we're working. So the first pop out is indeed working. I've enjoyed my connection and just been a part of some different industries lately. Kind of dope. So I'm in the boss's office, Mr. Fred, Mr. Robinson, and we're doing a little data entry. Did some technical things. When they were live on Facebook. Yeah. So where I am working. I look like I'm not, but I am. Kind of, if you were following the first page, I just went live. I'll go live again on Facebook. And when she's done, I'm getting up to work. Because we work around here. We pop out and we work. That's what we do. Even though I'm looking at the wrong part of the camera. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a new camera. Listen. Charge it to my heart.
The smell and everything, and I couldn't go. Let me just say that I couldn't go. So now I'm looking at finances and things. Right. So it's so good that your family supported you. That was really good. But I think it's not meant for everyone. Like because I didn't like spiders. How you did the spiders and the eggs. That would have been me. Yeah. So that's good to know too. What about yourself, Karen? Did you grow up in Milwaukee? I know you said
I grew up in Milwaukee. I have two sisters.
That Milwaukee does have. Milwaukee is known as you just mentioned. Well, people speak on Milwaukee because this is the city that we're in. Both of us grew up in the neighborhood here, but we sort of have taken on the perception or the idea that we have to keep everything and sort of gatekeep it to ourselves. Right. So we wanted to debunk that. What we do on each of these Mondays, we bring a different industry in. So we've done things like AI. We've had truckers come in talk about trucking, real estate. So we have another schedule that's coming up for 2025 that we're going to share with the guests as well. Just to ask about that, Dr. Izzer, I know you also said that you're the president of Cream City Medical Society. I've had some
Working. Just here. Oh, I am working.
We did something called A Seat at the Table. It was a wonderful organization, a wonderful platform that she put together for a lot of women business owners. It was very fierce, that's what she called herself, fierce. So I'm just going to share some of her information. She would be a wonderful asset to you all. But these are the shirts that she gave me for Valentine's Day. You can never outlove me, so she has some wonderful sayings on there. And what was so nice about this, she's a big friend of Tabitha Brown. I'm sure everyone knows who Tabitha Brown is. But she showcased her things 3 different times on her podcast as well. So we're like Tabitha Brown here.
Fierce.
Like fierce, exactly. Doing what you want, living a purposeful life, and not apologizing for it. So, I just want to say thank you to both of you, too, because I can sit here and talk to you until the sun comes up, but I know it's getting late, and we have other guests coming on. So we're so thankful that you both joined us. Thank you so much, Carrie.
So my work day is done here at Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing. And we have one of the co-founders, Chantel Back is here. She's just going to give us a little bit of insight, for this pop out. The goal is to work and be of service, but also to learn more about the small business that we're servicing. Mr. Robinson, won't be in this small. I don't want to call it an interview because we like to do things kind of. It's a conversation. So the first question, Chantel, would be, tell me about Mindful Mondays, MKE.
That's a good question, Kish. Mindful Mondays MKE is actually a professional networking, I can say organization, because we're actually in the process of becoming a 501c3. So it's a non-for-profit organization that we brought together really to collaborate, to do some networking and some education on different industries in the city of Milwaukee. You often hear about the city of Milwaukee, that Milwaukee has a crabs in a barrel type of mentality for some of the business owners or people that have knowledge and have resources. So we wanted to debunk that myth. And so him, myself, and we have another co-founder. Our co-founder, his name was Derek Nelson, unfortunately senior. Unfortunately, he passed away in October of 2024, but he's still here with us in mind, spirit, and also the movement.
Indeed. Okay, so Chantel, you do a lot in the city. You've been a fierce friend of Fierce Unapologetically for quite a few years. Chantel actually sat on our first business panel conversation and our to A Seat at the Table. She always supports. And way before that, we ran around this community together with one of the young professional organizations in the city. But if you weren't doing Mindful Monday MKE, all of the community work you do, and your normal profession, your business, what would you be doing? What would you want to do?
That's a good question. And this always evolves, I guess, with age, with life experience, things of that nature. But probably education. When I did go to school, I've attended school at Lakeland College. Now it's Lakeland University, but I had to take an elective in education. So I think if I was not running a business right now, if I was not doing these organizations, or if I had more time, not spending so much time with my family and children, I would be in education. I would be an educator.
Oh, I can see that. I can see Professor Backus. So Chantel, tell me your why. Why for Mindful Mondays, MKE?
Yeah, that's a good question. The why is because people help me. I always say it takes a village. I was given a lot of resources. We always call them, in the time when I was doing my business or starting my business, I would call it favorable introductions. So I would have a center of influence. I always had a center of influence. And, they gave me a lot of favorable introductions. They share resources. And I'm not sure I would still be in business 20 plus years if it was not for my favorable introductions, for resources and sharing. So that's really the why I do this. We want to make sure that we're doing succession planning, sort of say, with our young professionals, with our young children, our young people that are coming up and starting business. We have to share the information we have, the resources we have, and the knowledge we have, so they can be successful and stay in business as long as possible. So that's my why.
I love it. Okay, Chantel, so let's have a little fun. Tell me something about yourself that others may not know, or something interesting and unique you may want others to know.
Wow, it's so much unique, interesting about me, but
yes, indeed.
I'm a comedian, off part-time comedian. Just kidding. You know what? I love to play poker. A lot of people are unaware of that, but I'm a poker player, so I love to play poker. It's something that I learned as a child. Actually, my entire family, we all play poker. So what's so funny? If any of my friends have been in my house or any of our gatherings, usually before the night is over, we're going to play poker. We're going to have a deck of cards somewhere. So that's something that's pretty interesting about me. I've been playing poker since probably about 8 or 9 years years of age, and we still actively play. So I do love to play poker. I'm a poker player, a gambler.
So that means if anybody's having some parties, some backyard barbecues, y'all playing bid whiz, spades, poker.
Yes,
call Chantel.
Yes, call me, especially if there's food, good food. Yes, right. Good food. Yes, and honestly, let me just correct, because a bit whiz, I don't know that one yet. Spades, I can do it. Spades, okay. I can do it. Poker, I got you. Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's interesting. Didn't know that. Okay. Okay, so being that you do a lot in community, you are a business owner. Tell us something that you can give as advice to those about starting a business, and not only starting. I think it's very important to get some tidbits on maintaining a business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good question as well, kid. But you know what I would say, because I have started several businesses, I just want to make that clear. This is, the insurance is the one that stood around the longest. But I've started several businesses, and what I've learned in starting several businesses, my spouse as well, is first take your time, do the research. Sometimes things seem like a good idea, or you'll see someone else doing it and think, oh, I can do that. It's not always that easy. You're not familiar with their resources or what they've already done prior to that time. So first I would say is take your time, make sure you research your business and all aspects of it. Find out who your target market is going to be, who your customers are going to be, because 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be your family and friends and your neighborhood. And that's okay. You always can't be a savior in your own neighborhood. But I would say, if anything, is really do your research, make sure that you take your time and, stick with it. Persistence is a big deal.
I agree.
Yes.
So great tidbits. You want to say something?
I would say maintaining the business. I would say the same thing too. Make sure you have a strong foundation. I'm not just saying this because I sell insurance, but have good insurance plans in place that will help you if you got sick. Let's say you got sick, or let's say that there was a fire, or anything like that. You want to make sure you have good insurance and good professionals around you, a good accountant, good marketing, a good event planner, a mentor per se. Thank you, Taffie. But a good mentor. So make sure you have a village or a supportive group of people around you. A mentor is a great word for it. Great mentor.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you, boss. You and Mr. Robinson for allowing us to come in.
And can we thank you on here as well?
Sure.
Okay. We just want to say thank you so much to Fierce, to the beautiful brand Fierce, to Taffie and Kish. They came in. They were such a lifesaver tonight for our podcast. So we're so thankful for them. This is such a great idea. It's what this is all about, our collaborations, coming together to help each other. We didn't have to pay them. This was something she just came in to do. So thank you so much for your support, for your ongoing support, for everything you do for the community, for putting this information out, this message out, and allowing me to be a part of your Fierce brand. I appreciate you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, Taffie, we are done working for the day at Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing. How you feel? How you feel about working?
I feel good. I'm a little tired, but I feel great. I'm always looking to, do service in the community, be an impact. So service is what I do, what I love to do. And I love being in this beautiful space surrounded by all this beautiful artwork. So I really enjoyed myself this evening.
Thank you for coming out and working as my coworker. We're our bosses today. So that is it for our Fierce Pop Out today at Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing. Working for our bosses, Chantel and Fred. And again, we just assisted in a way we can or a way we could with whatever they needed help with at no cost to them. Somebody did ask me, and I said this in another video, but somebody asked me, like, why aren't I charging people? That's the difference between me and you. Because this is me giving service. And no, it's not because I don't have anything to do with my time. Because trust me, I probably got more on my plate than you and your mama and your daddy got together. But this is just a way for me to give back. We usually do Fierce for the holidays, and we did not do one last year. We usually give back in some sort of way for that. And prayed about it. And I was led to this idea just to give back and just be of service. And I didn't have to worry about having a big elaborate event like we, have done in the past. We'll get to that soon, but this is just a way to give back. And again, sometimes there's something that you need and you be like, if I just had somebody to sit and just do this, or if I could just sit and get it done, and we help in the best way we could. So That is me, Kisha, your Fierce Brand Creator, for this Fierce Pop Out.